Hi Luna. I've got no idea how this is going to turn out, but you wanted to see my exhibition, so I'm going to show you. This is I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour. It gets pretty dark in there, so this is our building. We're on the 3rd floor of the Visual Arts building, and I'm going to walk you around and go into my space and show you what's going on. These are the stairs going down. You'll see a few other things as we go, as we're looking here. This is Dave, one of the 3rd years, who's setting up an installation for a performance piece, which is his final piece of his degree. So a lot of work. He's working around junk collecting and stuff like that. So anyway, you get to see it first on here. So we go into the room, into our workspace here. You'll see this is a pretty big building here. I'm going to lift the camera up a little bit higher, show you around there. This area over here is kind of 1st years in there, and that's where we were in last year, was in this area in 1st year space. So there are little corrals down the side there. There's a 3rd year in there and a 2nd year as well, and a few other things. So anyway, we'll walk down this main hall here, show you what's going on. This is one of the I think she's an honours student, actually. She is an honours student, yeah, because the honours exhibition is coming up very soon. They're setting up in the gallery downstairs right at the moment, actually, and yesterday. So this is our lounge area, which we've set up, and yeah, this guy's a friend of Dave's. He's not one of the students, but he's a student in another department. So, and that's just a place that we hang out a little bit. So come up here, you can see a bit of art on the walls here. Different people have put different things up in their vicinity. This is another honours student who's also exhibiting. He's examining the earth and different places on it, so you can see all of the readings about where it's come from, which he's done with glue and actually the dirt. So his name's Gary, and I think there's only 3, maybe 4 honours students. So anyway, this is Tony's space here. He's kind of focusing a lot on the earth and the old mining sites around near his house, and getting a bit of symbolism out of it. You can see some of this stuff here. Feel free to pause this whenever you want so you can have a closer look, but I mean, it's probably going to be a 15 or 20 minute video as it is. This is Crystal's space. Crystal, she's a beautiful woman. She's getting married mid next year, and that's why I'm going to postpone my trip to you until after the date she's getting married, because I don't think I'm going to get an invite, but we've been talking about crashing it, and she's really excited about us crashing it. So Crystal is one of my most favourite artists that I work with here. She's a fantastic drawer. She's been doing it for years. You can see here all of the life drawing skills that she has, and picking out the things, you know. She's amazing. This was her final piece for one of our classes, which is made out of like receipt rolls, like docket rolls. You can see up on the wall above her desk there. She's got a few hanging there. She bought a whole box of them from a second-hand store, and then she decided to go with that. So she's basically just scrumpled them. You can see they're all one long line, all folded over, and then drawn on top of that. I don't think Crystal, I'm Crystal's biggest fan, yeah, I don't think she's done something that I haven't liked in the 2 years I've been working with her. This is another bit of hers, her last piece, which is going to be up tomorrow. This is like a preliminary before that. It's about a study of a relationship between her and her fiance. So each day, you can't see it from here, but there's kind of like an invisible timeline straight down the middle of each of these, and this is 3 weeks, and each day they start off when they're in bed together, and then they go their separate ways, and she had different lines on different readings. So this one might have been places to be by choice. This one might have been places we have to be. This was when they had lunch together. I'm pretty sure that is the lunchtime thing. So anyway, and so she's got all these diagrams there. Anyway, I like it. I like the symbolism. I like everything. So down here we've got more people, stuff, more other spaces. I'm not going to show you all of them just because too long it's going to take. But right here behind me on the wall here is a lot of the heart stuff I've been doing. You've probably seen some of these online. That one up the top there that I'm focusing on now, that's one that my next door neighbour here, who works in the next space, or 2 spaces along, her daughter saw it the other day when she was here trying to do it with her, and she said, my daughter really loved that, and I said she can have it. So that's basically just a photo release print onto coffee stained paper, and it does look pretty good actually. The images of the hearts that make up these other pages here, and basically I've just super covered them up to make them into a traditional heart. This is my space here, so you can see I've done a lot of study on different things this year. This was first semester. These images came off an embossed unbound book that I did. I'm not going to bring it with me, it's too large to bring with me, but I'm really proud of it. But it was a lot of the images from when I was in America on the trip with Krista, and not just with Krista, they were from all over the place. But the chook's head up here, you can see, actually comes from the menu, one of the menus that I stole, or I got from Cracker Jack. And this one is the eye out of the symbol of the Detroit Institute of Art. They've got like a column as the symbol. This one here came from, it was the squared symbol. You know, like when you square something, you put a 2 at the top of it. It was Joe Squared is a pizza joint in Baltimore that Krista and I had a lunch at one day when I flattened the battery of her car, and we had to wait for someone to come and get it. So, and that one there was part of a piece that which was of the Indians up in mid Michigan. So anyway, pictures of hearts. I've been concentrating on hearts. You're probably aware of that. I'm sure you're aware of that. And these were a lot of pictures that I did. I think one of my icons is that bottom one actually. Probably my favourite picture. I like the way I'm looking up, like I'm contemplating something. This is for my Wednesday class workshop that I've got stuff set up here, because this is the life drawing thing as well. And so I've got my book here, which has got a lot of stuff that you have seen already, things that came out of there. And I was here yesterday, and Steve was here, my main teacher, and he left my assessment in my journal. And you can see there, can you read that? I got a B+ for the semester, so I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I did get A's last year, but this year's been a pretty tough year for me in many ways, so I'm quite happy with a B, that's for sure. So anyway, and this is my space, so you can see at the back here, these are images that you've seen. See how big that is? I don't know if you could tell just how big it was from the. If I stand here, you can see. Can you see? I don't know even what the picture's looking like on there, but they're pretty big pictures, and that's one of Ian as well. They're both actually. That's Ian, the green one, and that is what's his name? Can't remember his name, but it's a different model. So we go into my space here. This was Elle, an older woman who, and I really love this. I'm not sure if I posted it online to show you, but it looks quite amazing. And that's Trish in the background painting on the thing. This is where the heart idea this is where the idea for blind contour actually came from, and yeah, I'm going to keep that and frame it because I really love it. That was the first one I did this year of blind contour, and then I thought I'm going to stick to that. This was an idea, part of a project that we had to. This was part 2 of the 3 projects that we did for this assessment, the Wednesday class workshop, and we had to take symbols and stuff out of the first thing and make something else out of it using smaller images and multiple images. And I decided to do a garden of life because all of these were kind of symbols that could have meant something or didn't mean something. So pretty fun it was. Got this little tin box, and inside underneath that dirt I've got a couple of pieces, big nails that I've tied together with wire and made a big matrix in there, so all of these things can hold on and not move away from where they are. So but you can move them around anyway, so looks like a plant. I like it actually. I think I'll keep this one, but I don't know where I'm going to keep it. So anyway, what else can I show you? This is a very messy place. So, life drawings up the top there. That's what I was being assessed on. There's the Playboy magazine that really big piece came from. So we can have a look at that quickly closer. July 1973. That's the one. $1 they cost back then. So, I've got anything in here to show you? No, nothing in there. I have got some pieces down the bottom here, but I'm not going to get them out. Oh, in there, that's right. Maybe for another day when I put them up somewhere. So again, more blind contours. These are big too, as you can probably tell. That's not coloured. That's Ian again, and that one there's the other guy whose name I can't remember. That was the first one I did of a life drawing blind contour. I really like the way it turned out, especially with the colour too. So a few more there, and I've got a bit of other stuff underneath, which you've probably seen. More heart stuff. Or some nice paper there too. Anyway, don't worry about all of that. So let's go where I want to take you now. We're already up to 11 minutes. You're going to be getting bored, maybe? I don't know. Tom, are you enjoying this? I'm hoping both of you are going to watch it. This is Trish, the girl who I told you is 2 along from where I am, who's her daughter was here the other day helping her do this. She's taken the space of 2 walls here, and she's basically she's done a lino cut. This is a lino cut of a number of fish prints. She had a 3-part lino cut, and this was the middle of it. She had a head and a tail as well, which was a fish. And she's ballistic. She does so much stuff. Anyway, we're going to go into the life drawing room now, which is where my piece is. Again, I don't know how this is going to go because I'm hoping you'll be able to see it, but it's going to be dark in there. So, well, it should be dark. The thing is that I've got the lights on, so I'm going to quickly show you the life drawing room here. So this is our life drawing room. It's massive, you know, you could have 40 people in here, no worries, drawing, if we ever did, but I think the most we really have in here is about 20. So let's turn the lights off. See if you're going to be able to see, I'm not really sure. So I'm in the change room for models, and you can hear noise coming from in there. We're going to go in there, and I'm going to stand there and just show you what it is, and you'll see what's going on here.
Really got nothing to do with it, like, but still, you still feel it inside yourself, and it does upset you, you feel that you feel it inside you, but when you do, like, have feelings for a girl, it does make you feel like a warm and fuzzy inside, and it's a weird thing to think about. I never really thought about it, but your heart does control your emotions, and when you have a good day all up and about, when you have a sad day, you're like, I can't really bother doing anything, and heart does play a big role.
Yes, I've had my heart broken probably many times. I guess I've never really known to feel such immense physical pain from something that's actually emotional. So I just remember feeling like lying on the floor and feeling like my heart had fallen out of my chest and through the floor and onto God, swear. So
you can see I've upped the brightness on this one, and it's actually made lines down the side, so I might go home tonight if I get motivated and try to change the file, but see how we go. It's a very small room in here,
it can be hurt before, it can't be repaired anymore. So
the projector there.
Just the physical
and
pain
related
to an emotional experience is indescribable. There are no words to explain.
So there is film on there. It's just whether or not you can only just see it very barely.
Well, the heart. People say that I don't have a heart. I'm very hard, very calculating. But the heart, giving feeling from the heart, I don't think it's a fact, because the heart has no feeling. The only feeling it has is the pumping of the blood. The feelings from the heart is a myth, because the feelings come from your brain, nowhere else. So my heart's been broken to
That's what I've been brought up to believe anyway. In my professional life, it's always the metaphor that's used, so yeah. I don't think it's right because of all the brain chemistry that happens. That's where all emotions are centered, so yeah. So.
I suppose the heart, we always relate to emotions and, you know, the fact that someone can break our hearts so easily, especially through our young teenage years. I know for me, it was a big deal. I found the guy that I thought I was going to be with forever, as we all do at 15, 16. And then when he broke my heart, you come to that realisation of how can I ever make my heart whole again? But then as I've gotten older, you sort of realise we make this connection with the emotion and the heart, but really it's just this muscle. And at the end of the day, we can make our feelings stronger or weaker just the way we do with our heart and the muscles around it.
Well, recently I started learning about the heart, and from what I can tell, it's pretty much just mainly dictated by chemicals that you consume throughout the day, which eating does make me happy, so I guess it's got an emotional connection there. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see the connection. I've recently broken up with someone, probably broke their heart, they probably say, but I guess that's life and that's what we really have to do, and things get complicated and the heart just sometimes doesn't always stay the same.
Talking about the heart, my heart's going a little bit faster at the moment, just from being put on the spot and asked about the heart with a camera filming me. I tend to jump straight to songwriting with the heart, and it's a common topic of a lot of pop songs and songs in general, of love and heartbreak, and my mind goes straight to the first cut is The Deepest by Cat Stevens, and that the first time you get your heart broken is one of the strongest times I know personally I've felt. A feeling, from the heart, if you could call it like that, as an emotion. Yeah, the heart. And it was interesting because just thought now that I've read, I'm not sure whether this is the truth or not, but that wedding rings go on the finger that they do because there was a direct arterial link to the heart, which is where they thought love came from. I suppose that's a connection there. That's all I can really think of on the spot.
I think that love is what makes the world go round, and that's why people associate the heart with what pumps all the blood around our body, and I think that drawing that connection of where it all comes together is love, and associating your heart with the emotion. Yeah, that's what I've got so far.
When you think about it, it's kind of weird, like when you have feelings with someone, you do feel it inside, and if it has happened when people hurt you, it does hurt your heart, and you don't realise that because your heart is just a muscle, and it's nothing, and when they associate love, it's associated.
I think we're back to a part that we started out there, Luna and Tom. Something that other people aren't going to see who come in here, although just about everybody in this department has seen my painting that's being put on. You can tell that it's actually looks like a heart in the background there, because you can't hardly see the faces. But yeah, so that was the piece there. If I turn this off, then you get to see what the actual painting actually
Yes,
looks like.
I've
So
had my heart
I think I
broken.
might have put this online too. So
Probably many
if
times.
I come over here, I'll stop
I guess
stop
I've
the
never really known
computer
to
file.
feel such immense
Sorry,
physical pain
using two
from
hands
something
here.
that's actually emotional. So I just remember feeling like lying.
And that's that. So yeah, this shows you the small size of this room. It is very tall though. I was in here. This is just the change room for the life drawing model. I was in here the other day, last week, painting the walls black using a mixture of poster paint and undercoat. And then the other night I was up there hanging up stuff. So I've asked the girl next door if she could turn the spotlights off. She's got another little room and there's no space through there. So it actually lights this room up a fair bit, but I've covered it over a little bit there. That's about all. 22 minutes nearly, 21 and a half minutes. So I hope that hasn't bored you too much, but I don't even know if you're going to get to see this or not. But that's my study on the heart, which is going to be the end of it. I really do think I need to adjust that. The thing with the ones that I actually raised the brightness of, it was because I had the lights on them that were so low that you couldn't even see their faces or anything moving. But maybe I'll just leave it like that. Maybe I'll go back and make them dark again, because then it'll just light up the screen and you'll only see what you can see. I'm going to go. Hopefully I'll upload this to Vimeo or YouTube, and you'll be able to find out more about it. Cheers. Bye. Love you guys. God bless.